Hi, I'm Peter Vella, and this is my dad, Manuel Vella. Okay, Dad, do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Why?
He is the father of our existence.
Okay, have you ever struggled to believe in God?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain a little bit?
Um, as any human being, we all have doubts at times in God. But as you mature and get older, you have developed a faith and and you believe it's stronger, and you come to understand that God really exists.
Okay. Um, when have you felt closest to God?
When I have been in trouble,
Okay.
in difficult times, that's when you feel closer to God.
Okay. Which church do you belong to?
A Christian non-denomination church,
Okay. Why do you feel you belong to that specific church?
because I feel accepted as who I am.
How long have you been going there?
5 years.
Okay. How about growing up? Did you grow up Christian?
I did grow up Christian.
Do you think your parents had an impact on that?
I think my parents and the community.
Um, do you remember much about your parents and how they practiced their faith?
They belonged to church since I was little, and yes, they participated in church activities, and they influenced all my siblings and myself to go to church every Sunday, uh, and definitely they had an impact on my beliefs.
Were you baptized?
Yes.
Do you remember it, or were you too
No, I
young?
was a baby.
Okay. What about confession? Do you do confession?
Not
Oh,
anymore.
why is
But I
that?
did confession
Why do you think you don't do it anymore?
because I do believe that my relationship is with God, direct with God, and in order to reach to God, I don't need a medium. I don't need a middle person.
Okay. What about communion?
I don't believe in communion.
Why is that?
I do believe in I do believe in going to church and sharing the bread and the wine at church. If that is called communion, then I do believe
Okay.
in communion.
Okay. Um, were you confirmed when you were?
Yes,
Do you remember that at all?
yes.
Was that? Did that have a good impact on you? Was that?
I was 11 years old, and I don't think had a big impact on me. It was something more of a tradition to do so.
So when you were growing up, do you think how you practiced religion was kind of dry? It wasn't very meaningful. It was just
It
kind of a thing.
wasn't. It wasn't meaningful. Has become meaningful as I have become older and mature.
Okay, all right. So what do you think of anything about your church that brings you to closer to God in particular? Besides I guess the fact that you said that it allows you to be yourself, or is that it?
I'm sorry. Can you ask me again the question?
What about your church has helped you bring you closer to God?
It does. I think a church is a place to that brings people together and pray together. But not necessarily just church. You can pray in your room. You can pray
Right.
anywhere, and you still can feel very close to God.
Okay. So for Straight Jesuit, did you choose Straight Jesuit for me because of its Christian values, or did that have any like thought?
Yes, I do. I think absolutely.
What about it?
I think a straight Jesuit has great values and help young men to become responsible, help them to become a better human being, a better person to the communities. Yes, I did choose trust because I think that the values that Straight teaches are fundamental for the growth of an individual.
Okay. Um, uh, so, have you ever considered working for your church? Like helping out or anything like that?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, okay, so back to, I guess, raising me. Did you think it was important to raise me in the Catholic faith? Because I know we would go to St. Vincent's.
I think it's important. No, I think it's extremely important for everyone to grow up and belong to a church.
Okay.
I think it's fundamental to teach every individual to understand that the existence of God. And one way to do so is by participating and introduce a child to church.
Okay. I don't know if you remember, but when I was little, when we were in Mexico, and I saw one of my cousins get baptized. Uh, that's kind of what interested me about it a lot, and I talked to you about that. I don't know if you remember that, but do you remember that? In any
I
way?
don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No.
I remember I talked to you, and I talked to you about getting baptized after that. I was very little, but that just had a big impact on my life for wanting to be religious in any way. I was just, I don't know if that you remember that, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's good that you get interested in religion, and I think there is always a turning point in life. One little thing can turn us into something new, and I don't remember specifically that what you told me back then, but I think it's something that you should follow if you are still interested.
Do you think it's important for me to?
I think it's extremely important for everyone and for you to have faith and know the existence of God and how important that will help you for the rest of your life.
Okay. Well. All right. I think that's about it. Thanks.